Hi folks, John with the Wingman115 Channel. Thanks for checking in. A while back I had a chance to do a video showcasing Schrade's 2015 knife lineup. In that series that I did, there was 3 knives in particular, the Bushcrafter series that Schrade came out with. Today we're going to focus on those 3 knives, and that's the Schrade SCHF36, the SCHF37, and the SCHF38. We'll take it over to a stump, we'll do some specs on this, and then we'll do some practical applications, then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts on these 3 knives. Here's a look at Schrade's new lineup for 2015. It's the SCHF36, 37, and 38. Each of the 3 blades was outfitted with a Faro Rod and a Sharpening Stone. Now let's take a quick look at each blade individually. Each blade is made from 0.23 inch thick 1095 high carbon steel. All 3 knives are a full tang design and have a 90-degree spine for scraping and striking a Faro Rod. The knives have the same handle design with ergonomically profiled TPE scales. All models have jimping on the top and bottom of the handle for a secure fit and grip. I found the sheath to be pretty functional. All 3 knives fit snug and secure in their sheaths, and I love how Schrade used snaps instead of Velcro to secure the knife in the sheath. This is a very nice feature for all 3 knives. The knives don't have any published specs yet. I did some measurements on my own. You can pause the video here to check them out. Let's take a peek at how well these work as choppers. This is just a down piece of pine out here in the woods. Made a good candidate for all 3 of these knives. We'll start with the 36. Not bad for the smaller of the 3 knives. The jimping is working real well, keeping that knife firm in my hand. Let's try the 37. That's the bigger brother of the 36. We'll do that one right here. This one should do a lot better because it's a little bit longer. Get a little more chopping angle with it. Oh yeah, that little bit of added length on the blade is doing a great job. So that right there is the 37. Did a great job. The added length of the blade really helped, but that doesn't take away from the 36. There's being almost a 1/4 inch in width, there's a little bit of weight on these blades, so it's going to help them. Now this is going to be the 38. Hopefully I'm in frame. I'll spin this just a little bit and we will fire away. If I had to rate it on 1, 2, 3 for the best choppers, I would rate the 37 obviously because it's a longer blade, a little bit heavier. I found the 36 did really well, and then coming in third would be the 38, and I would attribute that maybe to the blade design, but that doesn't take away from the blade. I mean, we'll see how it does with feather sticks, and we're going to try to baton with this knife. Now let's try to do a feather stick with this. Choking up on the choil a little bit. Just got to find that sweet spot on the angle of the blade. And yeah, this is pretty soft wood, but in my locale where I'm at, you either have oak or you have pine, and I'm just playing around with what I have. All these blades just come super sharp right out of the box. I'm just really impressed with how they came. And as this coating wears in, it's just going to be a lot easier too. So the more I use this knife, the better it's going to work, obviously. And look, it's just making nice long curls that you know are going to catch a spark off that Faro Rod. Nice and easy. We're going to try the 36, chopping on this tree limb. Let's try the 37 on this. We're going to try the 38, chopping this tree limb. In this demonstration, I'm going to use the 37. I'm going to use it to scrape some of the bark off this. What you might need that for is maybe for tinder. Maybe you're doing a bushcraft project where you need to smooth something out. And we'll give it a go right now. Let's see how it works. Both sides work really well. all that nice fine dust if you needed tinder. Let's try the 38. Folks are probably wondering how tough these blades are. Being that they're 1095 steel, we're going to test out the heat treat. I'm going to drive this into this old cut off log here and see if we can't break this off. Normally I would never do this to a blade, but for testing for you folks, this is the 37. I weigh around $1.95 and I have about a 20-pound pack on. So let's take weight off the foot. Give you a representation of that 1095 high carbon steel. Didn't do too bad. Let's see how test the sharpness on this. Grain's all twisted up, but hey, that's the real world. Alright, I have my nephew Jared. We're going to use one of the new Schrade bushcrafting knives, the SCHF36.
36.
And we're going to see if we can't get our little bird's nest tinder bundle going. Oh, hold the blade straight and then pull back on the Faro Rod.
Still.
Make it rain. There you go. Yeah, put a couple of those feather sticks on there that we made earlier just messing around. There you go. Got a little bit smaller piece? That'll work. It caught.
Oh, yeah.
There's some smaller pieces over here. Thinner. So his first time using a Faro Rod and a Bushcraft knife, and so far did a good job. Not bad. Now for some final thoughts and a rating on these three knives. First off, I have to say congratulations to Schrade for putting out a great product. They listened to their customer and they delivered on what their customers asked for. From the design of the knives, to the material, to the ergonomics of the handle, it's a well thought out blade. Now there's going to be folks in the community that are either going to love the designs or hate the designs. And that's the good thing about what we do. There's always something out there for everyone. I think Schrade did a great job on trying to deliver on a product that I know is going to be affordable to everyone out there. So there's no reason for folks not to be able to get out and enjoy the great outdoors and practice some of the skills that we all know and love out here. Now, that was the 36. If you want a little bit bigger blade, you go with the 37. If you don't like that design, then you go with the 38. But there's something for everyone. And I think adding to the value of the kit, they added a sharpening stone and they also added a Faro Rod. And as you saw in the video with my nephew starting the fire, with that 90-degree spine on all three knives, they're going to work outstanding. Now, let's talk a little bit about this traction coating. A lot of folks, I'm going to come up close, either love it or hate it. Me, at first, I was kind of on the fence about it, but now that I've been using it for a while, it's smoothed out really well, and I don't feel any drag when I'm cutting. Heck, I carved a spoon with this knife and it worked flawlessly. So if you're living in an environment that's wet, if you're near the ocean with the salty air, you're going to need a little bit of added protection on your blade. If you're not a fan of the traction coating, well, hey, there's all sorts of mods that one can do. Speaking of mods, all these handles on these three knives are exactly the same. So if you're into modding your knives and putting on custom scales, maybe you want a nice set of wood scales on your blade, now you have the ability to do that, just like they do on the Becker BK7s and the BK9s. All three models are interchangeable, so I know that there's folks out there that if you're in the woodworking community and you want to pimp your blade, you're going to be able to do that on all three blades because they're exactly the same. Folks, I think Schrade has a win with these three knives. If I had to give it a rating between 1 and 5, 1 meaning that it goes to the boneyard and 5 meaning that it's a grand slam, I'm going to have to give these blades 5 stars because I just know that you're getting a lot of value with this kit. When I look at a knife to review, I look at it from a lot of different criteria. Does it meet what the company says that it's going to do? Well, we showed that the 90-degree spine worked great. I showed the carving ability with the photos of carving the spoon, the chopping ability. Made out of 1095 high carbon steel. Folks wanted that. It's a win. I have to give it 5 stars, folks. 5 stars for each one of these knives. Schrade, you outdid yourself. I thank you so much for allowing me to test these brand new 2015 knives. Folks, this is John with the Wingman115 Channel. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Folks, if you like the content, please subscribe, like, and share. And for the latest channel updates, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and Twitter. Folks, thanks for checking in. Until the next video, take care. We'll see you.